Everybody, hope everyone's well. What we're going to be doing today is fitting the rear light on, and we're going LED as we've discussed previously on this rebuild. It's going to have LED front headlight, which you can buy. I've made my own one up, and this back one which I bought off the shelf. It comes with a guarantee which is in the box. Basically what we've done is we've put the bolts through that hold it on, so we can actually build this up. I just need to find out where the writing is. That way, so writing on the top goes that way, like so. And then what I need to do is just put the new reflector on CEV, and new screws I've got there. I've got a gasket for that headlight, backlight I should say. So we've got our gasket as well, and what happens is the gasket goes around. It's got a cutout bit on it that goes around for the number plate. It is tight, they're always tight. I suppose it is what it is, long way round. As you can see, it is tight, but it does fit. That's basically it in place. So we've got some new screws. Stick them through the cover, 2 of them. Like so. And I'm just going to have to pull that cover into place. Little gasket I should say, I don't know why I keep calling it a cover. Like so. We've got 2 screws, and put our headlight, our backlight even, back into place and screw it on in place. So when it's tightened up, it's going to look like that. Looks quite good, doesn't it? Nice. I'll get a little screwdriver because this is awkward. I'll be doing this. Trying to line up the screw holes is nigh on impossible. I think I've just done it. Maybe not. I'm actually having a hard time seeing where the screw is, to be honest. Whether it's long enough. Yeah, it is. Right, I'll just stop there for a minute and I'll do that. The joys of Lambretta parts. I've had to use an original one from our series 2. This is a pattern one and it's just slightly big. The screw holes don't marry up with the original ones. So, and the only difference I can see between them is the original CEV has got a part number there, and the pattern one hasn't. So I'm going to try that on my series 2 in a bit and see how that goes. But it did have this style on, which is completely wrong. I suppose they couldn't get the other type to fit, so who am I to have a go anyway. So all we've got to do now is, if you look on here, we've got our colours. So we've got our ground, our brake light and our backlight, and they correspond to these colours. So you just need to plug them in put this gasket on. Goes on like so, fits around the edge, and again these are always tight fit. You know, it's a pain in the background, pain in the arse to actually do them, but and that's been hanging around, so it's a bit dirty anyway, so I'll give that a wipe. But that gives you some idea. Basically then it just bolts up, so I'll cut back in when it's bolted up and we'll show you how bright it is. Oh, that was a pain in the backside to do that. So as you know, I've had to change this one from my series 2, which fits like a glove. That's the normal light, which is quite bright, brake light. And if I switch on the normal light in a sec, I'll just go and connect it up. And that's your normal driving LED. So it's quite bright, looks a bit pink. I'm quite happy with that. It's just a shame that the new one didn't fit, but these things are normal in Club Lambretta land. So that's our backlight connected, and as you can see there's no flicker, it's all running DC anyway, so I will go through what I've done step by step. But I'll just grab the camera, excuse me, while I walk around, because there was a few things I've done which it was too hot the other day, which is I put the stand on, always put these brackets behind to support stand feet. I did have that connected, but I've had to disconnect it because there's no handlebars on yet, not painted. And I'll put the anti-dive disc brake on. I'm still waiting for some nuts to hold on. The ones that go on the axle, I only like using stainless steel, as you know. They're all stainless steel that you can see. All of them there are all stainless steel. The disc brake's going to be off and cleaned up yet. I just offered it up, and I've been basically doing the rubbing down for painting, which is a bit of a nightmare, but because it's been too hot. You're either too hot or you're too cold. But underneath the battery there's a tray. I'll just go and get that and I'll... Right, you have a rubber tray that sits under the battery in there, like so. The battery then sits in there like so, and then the battery strap, there's 2 holes in the back of this tray that these go into. Over the top of the battery clamp down. I'll do that and I'll cut back in again. There's the battery strap on, another job done. I've also got some new nuts which I'm gonna excuse me, I'm gonna be changing to stainless steel as well. These ones, in fact, if I get them now. And again, just take these off and put the stainless steel half ones on. It's just me, I don't like using normal nuts and bolts, so I just find that they go rusty. So I'll take that off. Before I ride it, I'll torque all these up. So I'm just undoing the bottom one, that one, which has got a half nut on it anyway. A nice new stainless steel, and right in towards you. Nice when they're new, aren't they? That one's tight. Now the top one. Thread's a little bit hard on that because of the shock lasting of the frame. Right, got number 2 washer, and again right in towards you. As I've explained in previous videos, I do that simply because when you're putting the nuts on and off again, you know which way round you put them on. If you can see me doing that. That's nice and tight. So they're done. They might come off again yet, but it's engine bolts next. These ones I'm not going to show doing them because doing nuts and bolts is a bit tedious doing it, let alone watching it. So cut away again. Right, the nuts here are done up to £65 per square inch. These are to be done up to £65 per square inch. That is the frame bolted to the engine now. New washers. Can start cabling up soon. As I say, I've got spraying to do. I've got to get the handlebars done first, at least the lower part, so I can move the bike around. I'll stick a petrol tap on and basically start it up and see how she runs. Right, I'm going to knock that on the head for tonight. Thanks for watching, and I hope somebody's got something out of it, as little as I've done anyway. But I'm going to tag on another video explaining the cones that the engine mounts in here. I hope you can see that. It's not too dark, but I'll add that on to the end of here as a bonus. Thanks for watching. Take care all. Bye. Hi everyone, I don't know if this camera's going to show it, but that's the difference between the original Li ones and a GP one or a 200 one. Probably about 2.5 mil that it sticks more out into the frame. You can see it better that way, how these two are taller than that. And if you look on it, that one's got a wider gap as well. So there's a lot of debate whether they are different or not, or they are. We've proved it.